Hello everybody, Scotia here. Very early stream today for a variety of reasons, mostly real life stuff. So I'll give it a couple of minutes. I'll post the links out on Twitter and all that I'm live, and then we can get going because it is Chun-Li Day today. Well, no, technically it was yesterday, but for the previously mentioned real life reasons, it is today for me. So yeah, I'll just give it a couple of minutes and then we'll get started. Okay then, let's go for it. I will give a bit of a warning in advance. I am complete ass with Chun-Li in pretty much every game she's ever been in, so I would not expect any good Chun-Li gameplay today. So I'm going to put that on level 1 because God knows I will need it. So yeah, without further ado, let's see what the story's about. Because I know bits of it. I've seen there's a major cameo, which I've known about for a couple of days now. So interested in see, what that's all about. So without further ado, let's go for it.
Since the fall of Geese Howard, the city of Southtown has never been the same. Its people have grown complacent, and once fearsome warriors roam the streets like stray dogs. And though his legacy remains, here in my keeping, it does so with no heir apparent. If there are any left in Southtown with fangs that bite, with claws that tear, with the ruthlessness and undying spirit of a true warrior, come to King of Fighters. Who will inherit the legacy of the fallen emperor? Let the last wolves of this city determine that for themselves. Stroheim. After opening a kung fu class in Metro City's Chinatown, Chun-Li spent her days training alongside apprentice Li Fen and other beloved students. However, her newfound peace was cut short by an old international agent friend. Chun-Li learned that the remnants of an old criminal organization she knew all too well, Shadaloo, had re-emerged. Their hiding place, the port city of Southtown, an infamous hive for killers and criminals of all kinds. Contacting local agent Blue Mary, the two
That's how Blue Mary's involved.
mission together. The
That's cool. That's a good use of using other Fatal Fury characters. Yeah, I mean, I wish the story wasn't about Shadaloo, but that's, it's just to be expected at this point. I'm not shocked in the slightest. I'd be more surprised if it wasn't.
Round 1. Get ready. Fight.
Oops, shit.
Lightning kicks. Huh? Lightning kicks. Huh? Huh? Hazanshu. Hazanshu. Huh? No way.
Chun-Li, wait!
You want to learn Kung Fu? Very well. I may not look like it, but I'm a teacher myself.
You look like a real fighter. I ain't up to much, so how about we go a round or two? Sound good? Round one. Get ready. Fight SPG. Chun-Li, wait!
I did it!
Round two. Get ready. Fight SPG.
It's go time!
Oh, you're kidding me, man.
Chun-Li, wait!
Thanks for the workout. I feel stronger already, though I'd expect nothing less from the Hungry Wolf himself.
I see it in your eyes that you're looking for a fight, aren't you? Round one.
Just realized I can skip them. I've seen them all before.
Chun-Li, wait! Round two. Get ready. Fight. SPG.
Oh, come on. No, not like this. Oh, you're kidding me, man. Her attacks, like, I feel really weak.
Complete waste.
Like, it felt like he caught up to me really quickly there, and I was constantly hitting him and wasn't finishing him off. That's really weird. I don't know, maybe that was me, but that was weird. Then again, I did say don't expect great Chun-Li gameplay today. I've always been just terrible at her in every game. Oh no, well actually... shocked I managed to do that.
Now that's power. This city's safe with people like you protecting it.
Bring it on! Round one! Get ready! Fight! Chun-Li wins! Round two! Get ready! Fight! All mine now!
It's go time!
SPT! Chun-Li wins!
I know it isn't any of my business, but there's no shame in asking for help if you need it. After all, I know there's at least one person who cares. I'm here to fight. No more hesitation.
Round one! Get ready! Fight! SPT! Right punch! SPT! Chun-Li wins! Round two! Get ready! Fight! Right punish! SPT! SPT!
What the fuck have I changed the input to? I'm trying to do a rev blow, but I can't remember. I changed the input, I know I did, but I don't remember what I changed it to. I think I changed it to L1, but nothing was working there. Yeah, I changed it to L1. Don't know why that wasn't working.
Brace yourself.
Okay, just straight up. Okay, for some reason that wasn't doing it. I probably should check the input to see if it's even what I think it is. It's probably not.
Your brother, you say? If there's any way I can help you, don't hesitate to let me know.
Oh, Billy. Interesting.
Billy Khan.
Oh, there
So
she
this
is.
tournament is your doing. I trust you're familiar with the organization known as Shadaloo.
And what exactly makes you think I'd answer questions from the likes of you?
Are you sure that's the tone you want to take? Need I remind you she's an international agent, after all?
Wait! Mary! Didn't I tell you I quit my job? Shh! Quiet! Nobody has to know that.
Hey, I can hear you, you know. Shadaloo, you said? Of course I've heard of them. They used to have branches all around the world. Master Geese spent a lot of time thinking about how to deal with them. But last I heard, they'd been wiped off the map.
We thought so too. But we received a tip that a former member may be hiding in Southtown. This ringing any bells for you, Billy Khan?
Well, if that's what we're talking about, I might have heard a thing or two. But info like that doesn't come free. You'll have to beat me first. This is a tournament after all.
Very well. I hope you're ready.
What's weird to me is obviously in Street Fighter 6, I'm pretty sure she doesn't know yet that she doesn't know that Bison's back and Shadley were back. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't. The only people who know Bison is back are obviously like the Shadley people, and Jury, I think. I don't think any other character knows yet that Bison's back. So I'm kind of like, you know, does she know in this? Because the intro and her bio makes it sound like she knows that Shadley was back. But in that conversation she just had with Billy there, it sounded like it was more so she's just here because there's somebody in Southtown who used to be a member. So I don't really know exactly, you know, which one it is. But I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because none of this is canon. I would hope not, at least, because that would just make things very confusing. Come on, man. Yeah, you get so easily counter hit in this fucking game.
I'm not afraid of sticks or stones, but you don't have anything that blows up, right? That's enough. It's about time you told us what you know.
Fine. It's nothing but a rumor anyway. According to
Yeah,
my
that's probably the
reports,
best way to think about it.
there's been a suspicious character staying at the Shiranui place.
Shiranui. My, why would she be?
The questions are gonna have to wait, Mary. We've got to get moving.
Yeah, Mary's definitely season 2. I mean, hopefully the data mines for all the DLC are still true, but Mary's definitely got to be season 2.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Chun-Li. We've heard reports of a suspicious character staying here. Can you confirm or deny these claims?
Well now, you certainly don't waste time. True or not, why exactly would I want to say anything to you?
I'm Interpol, or I used to be. I'm tracking down the remnants of the global crime syndicate. I don't know who it is that's staying with you, but even if they aren't a criminal,
So it's Remnant, so it's weird because the wording of the bio in the intro made it sound like she knew Chun-Li were back, so it was weird wording.
I see. Those concerns seem fair to me, but that doesn't mean I'm just going to trust you right off the bat.
I understand. Perhaps a
Yeah,
demonstration
it's
of
definitely a
authority
shame.
might
I do
be
really
useful.
feel like this season 1 lineup probably sans Ken and Chun-Li, or maybe including them if you want. I'm not really bothered either way. But I definitely feel like Andy, Joe, and Mr. Big definitely should have been in the base roster. But I wouldn't have swapped them out because a lot of people are like, oh, they should have swapped out this character and that character. Like, I'm happy with the base roster. I just feel like those 3 should have been in it, especially Mr. Big, because story-wise, like, there's a large chunk of the story that just doesn't exist until he's in the game. Like his entire side of the story just doesn't exist at the moment. Which is a shame and kind of weird. So I mean, it'll be fine once he's in the game, but this period that we're in now, before he's in the game, is just weird.
Round 2. Get ready. Fight. One punch.
Let me see what the actual input is. That's weird. I was doing that. There we go. I don't know why that wasn't working the first time. The first couple of times I tried that.
KO. Chun-Li wins.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why they do it.
That was a tough fight, but well worth the struggle. How is that? Have I earned just a little bit of trust?
You certainly have. You moved so beautifully.
And so...
Right. Our deal. I'll introduce you, but I want to tell you up front. He's not a bad guy.
It's not gonna be Ken, is it? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, hey. Don't tell me you heard the rumors about JP too.
Ken? What are you doing here? And what was that about JP? Wait, before we continue, Mai, can you confirm this is the man you've been letting stay here?
That's right. Ken was brought here because he needed help only the Shiranui can provide. And from the looks of things, you two seem to know each other already.
What a headache.
What's going on exactly?
Well, you see... And so, all that searching for this mysterious former Shadowloo member led me to find you instead. I guess it was all for nothing.
Man, that's rough. I followed a lead here saying JP was involved in the town's tournament. The Shiranui offered to help find the source of the rumor. But we've come up with a whole lot of nothing as well.
Who would have thought? The two of us away from home, and neither of us found what we were looking for. Ugh.
Hey there. What's with the crowd?
Oh, Terry! What brings you here?
I figured I'd check in on Ken and, wait, who's she?
This is Chun-Li. She might not look it, but she's a master in Chinese martial arts.
Oh, Chinese, huh? You know, that reminds me. I haven't seen Master Tongue in a while. Well, Chun-Li, how do you feel about a quick match?
Come on, Terry, what about me? You're not the only fighter here. Let's do this tournament style.
Terry! And you too, Andy. Quit pestering Chun-Li.
Thank you, Mai. But I don't mind. Honest. As a matter of fact, I'm always looking for opportunities.
Yeah, I
to
thought that was a bit of
test
a backhanded compliment.
Aren't you forgetting someone? After all, you wouldn't want to miss out on my Commando Sambo, would you?
You got that right. Ken, you in?
Hey, wait a second. I'm not.
Not another word out of you. Let's have some fun.
Have something for me?
I do. A former international agent has picked up on the rumor about the Shadaloo remnants. We should be safe for the moment. Even Billy and Mr. Big will have trouble doing anything stupid.
I see. So, the eyes of the law are no longer on us. This is our chance. Today we target the gangs of Second South. Are you prepared, Vox?
Do you really have to ask?
Ah, to think. Second South has remained so unsteady for so long. But the time has come to remedy this. To realize the dream I shared with my friend.
Okay, that was... Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. I liked Ken's a lot more. Oh, no, sorry, there's more. Wait, I'll give my thoughts in a minute.
Okay. Things are starting to settle down, for a change. Suppose I'd better be on my way.
What, so soon? Are you sure you can't stay a little longer?
I'd like to, but I've got work waiting for me at home. The last remnants of Shadaloo, JP, so many loose ends, so little time.
Ah, I understand. If you ever need help, my clan is at your service. Even if we strike from the shadows, I believe that the Shiranui can still make the world a brighter place. What's so funny?
Oh, it's just, look at you. The picture of a real leader. More decently dressed, too.
Excuse me? Where did that come from?
Anyway, I'm glad you've got my back.
I've still got a lot to learn. Not just as head of the clan, but as a ninja myself. Some days, it feels like I can barely keep up.
You know, Mai, I feel the same way. Shadaloo's supposed to be gone, but here I am, still cleaning up after
Yeah, I know, it's almost like
Nobody
Capcom
has
can't
us.
move on.
All we can do is our best. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, You know what? You're right. Thank you. Sorry you had to see that side of me. How embarrassing. Anyway, I hope you'll be much, much stronger the next time we see each other. I'll be expecting a contest, not a snooze fest.
Ugh, the nerve of you.
The nerve of you!
Say what?
That's what! See you next time!
You bet. Fatal Fury.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that one. It was fun, but I don't know. I thought Ken's was better. I don't know. Felt like... I don't know. It just... I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about that one. It was... Wasn't that exciting.
Come on, hurry up. Another day.
Weird. I don't know how to feel about it. It's like, it wasn't bad. I think I was expecting a bit more, but I don't really know what else they could have done really at the same time.
Right. Let's get to work. Great. I'm all set.
At the plaza of Honghulu, Chinatown, Metro City, a woman excels deeply and settles into a kung fu stance. Dozens watch intently and attempt to hold some kung fu postures of their own. None seem to be full-fledged fighters per se, their goal is perhaps health and well-being. Are you alright? Don't strain yourself. Don't worry, not a scratch. The student had lost his balance and tumbled over. She was checking in kindly to see that he was okay. The woman's name is Chun-Li. Having learned Chinese martial arts from her father, she's capable of elegant yet explosive kicks that never fail to astound. It's not just her kicks either. With her tall, slender frame and cool composure, her every movement is the perfect picture of beauty and grace. And that's not even noting her exceptional work history as a former Interpol agent. While in the field, she encountered Li Fen, a girl caught up in a web of darkness and deceit. After a successful rescue, she decided to take the girl in and become her loving guardian. Leaving her breakneck life as an agent behind, Chun-Li decided to open a kung fu school where she now enjoys peaceful days with Li Fen and connects with the local community. One day, there's a letter for you. Inside the envelope, to Chun-Li's pleasant surprise, was an invitation to hold a special kung fu class in a separate city. She had no reason to turn down such a request, nor did she mind heading somewhere unfamiliar to help, so she happily set off for the city in question, Southtown. Now Chun-Li finds herself wandering its unfamiliar streets with nothing but a map and a travel guide to steer her in the right direction. New places, new faces, new landmarks. She can't help but be in awe. Still, it actually reminds you of Metro City somehow. Everything here is new and exciting, yet strangely familiar. Chun-Li glances at the map again, then looks around curiously. I suppose I'll try this way. A gentle wind blows, caressing her cheeks and stirring the ribbons in her hair. It's a wonderful day for a sojourn in Southtown, so she ventures forth, a slight spring in her step. To be honest, I kind of like this as a setup more for her being in Southtown. It's kind of what I was wanting instead of just like, oh, I'm investigating Shadaloo. Because that's kind of what Ken was doing, Ken was in Southtown to track down JP. And then Chun-Li went to Southtown in search of a Shadaloo remnant, which ended up being Ken. So it was just like the same thing, but just kind of dumber. Because it just ended up being Ken, so it was kind of all for nothing. But I like this more in terms of, you know, because it's more in line with what she was doing in Street Fighter 6 when we see her in Street Fighter 6, which is, you know, like helping train martial, like helping teach locals in Metro City, you know, Kung Fu with Li Fen. This is kind of more of that, but it's in Metro City. I don't know, I kind of just like that more instead of just doing Shadaloo shit again. But hey ho. Could this be it? Chun-Li stops in front of a building with a large sign. It's a boxing gym. She of course intended to head straight to her class, but hit a slight snag. Yeah, well, I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all. It's weird because it feels like it's building towards JP being in the next season, which, you know, touch wood, I hope isn't the case. Nothing against JP. Because this is technically the end. Sorry, I can take my headphones off now. Because this is technically, like, we're done. At least for now, this is the end of the Capcom SNK kind of crossover stuff, which I'm both sad and happy for. I'm sad because it was really cool. I'm happy because it's like, I kind of want Street Fighter and, you know, Fatal Fury to get more of their own characters now. I know, obviously, the data mining suggests that there's another guest character next year. I would kind of hope it would be anybody else except somebody from Street Fighter. Obviously, I don't want anybody real life. Like, I don't want another Ronaldo or Ganachi. I obviously hope to God it's nothing like that. If it has to be, you know, a guest character, I don't know, someone from Tekken would be cool. Yeah, just someone from something else. Like, I'm kind of done with the Street Fighter stuff now. And if we do get another guest, like just the one. You know, same with Street Fighter 6. If we get another guest, like, please just do one. But yeah, like, story-wise, it does feel like it's building towards JP being in the game, but I don't think he's going to be in the game because, I mean, if they're going to add anybody else from Street Fighter, it's going to be Bison. Because of course it is, because it's fucking Capcom. But, you know, it's weird because it's like, if that's what it feels like they're building towards, but at the same time, I know they're not at the same time, because why would they be? Like, why would they be building towards stuff with this? This is like its own separate thing. Like, I'm 99% sure none of this, like, none of the, like, Ken and Chun-Li's arcade modes, like, don't matter. Like, they're not canon to Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, just like Terry and Mai's arcades in Street Fighter 6 aren't canon to Street Fighter 6, so I don't know why it would build towards, you know, JP showing up, but that's the feeling I get, is it feels like it is like it's building towards that. But as far as I'm aware, I don't know why. I don't know a reason why they would continue this storyline. Like, this should be it now, and I hope it is. This is it now, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, at the same time, I'm also kind of just done with guests. I've never been a big fan of guests, but I'm just gonna skip this shit, by the way, because I just don't really care most of the time. You know, I don't mind episodes of Southtown, but I think it's boring to watch, to be honest. Like, I think it's... I usually, when I play this in my own time, like when I did Joe's, because I did Joe's off stream, I just did it... I literally just had, like, a YouTube video playing on the side. Because it's, like... It's not bad, but it can get a bit boring if you're not, like, fully invested in it, or you're not actively playing it yourself. Yeah, like, I've never been a big fan of guests, but at the same time, it's like, I think they're cool, and there's definitely aspects to it. Like, I think Mai and Terry in Street Fighter 6, and Ken and Chun-Li in City of the Wolves, I think have been cool, but I don't know, I just can't think of anything, like, I just don't. Sorry, I'm trying to think of two things at one there. Yeah, I'm just over it now. Like, just guests in general. I don't know. I feel like guests are kind of reaching a kind of like Fortnite level of kind of like, they're only happening now because it's like, ooh, cool crossovers. Like, look, the like cameo. Look at this character cameo in this, and it's like, yeah, it's cool, but like it's starting to get to the point where it's like, I feel like if this continues to the extent that it's already been, like, so many characters taking up slots, like, I'm sorry, like, I would never, ever believe there was a justifiable reason why the half of Street Fighter 6 Year 2 had to be from SNK. There was no reason. I don't think there was a reason for Ken and Chun-Li to be both in this season. I think it should have been one. It's not as bad because it's, because you got Mr. Big to kind of help balance it out. You got 5 characters, but at the same time, it's like, there's 2 characters. We could have had Blue Mary and Jae-hoon in this season, we could have had actual Fatal Fury characters in this season instead of waiting for season 2, especially Jae-hoon. Fucking hell, that character, he got done so dirty. Yeah, I think that's a good point, to be honest, and I definitely agree. It's like, normally I'm fine with guests. Like, if Street Fighter 5 had done a guest, like, that's fine, because you're getting 6 characters a year, and seasons, aren't, like, they didn't take that long to go through a season, like back in Street Fighter 5, because of the quality of the game. But like, games take so long to make now, and fighting games are taking longer and longer to release characters, that like, if it's taking you a year to release like 4 to 5 characters, and like having multiple of those of the characters in that year be not even characters from that game, when there's so many characters that like aren't in the game yet, it's insane to me. It's just the priorities just seem so messed up, because it's just, like, sacrificing your own kind of, your own brand, your own characters, just for, like, a tie-in. And it's like, the tie-in's cool, I'm not against the tie-in, but, like, I just think it's a moderation thing. Like, I think Ken and Chun-Li, you didn't need both. Terry and Mai, you definitely didn't need both. You could have separated them. They could have done Ken in this season, and then done Chun-Li this season, then done Ken in season 2. For this game, you could have done Terry in season 2 of Street Fighter 6, and then you could have done Mai in year 3. Could have put C Viper. Could have swapped Mai and C Viper around. I think that would have been cool, but they didn't. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. But I am over it now, to be honest. I hope everybody like just calms down with the guests, with all the guest characters. Like, it's getting, it's getting a bit ridiculous now. Well, I mean, I say now, it was ridiculous when year 2 got announced for Street Fighter 6, but I just don't think we need any more. Like, I think we're good now. I mean, maybe in the future. Like, I'm not against, like, Season 3 or something for City of the Wolves having another guest character. I really don't think Season 2 should have one. When there's so many characters that aren't in the game yet.
Better not slip up.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, obviously, the stuff with Jae-hoon, we'll probably never know the full ins and outs of it, of what happened with Jae-hoon. I think it's pretty easy to guess what happened. But as long as he's in the game at the end of the day, like that's the main thing, and I'm very confident he's going to be in Season 2. Freeman though, yeah, Freeman not being in this game, you know, based off data mining is insane. Like, especially because they gave him like a really cool redesign in this game, in the artwork, and he just doesn't look like he's going to be playable. Maybe, you know, maybe they'll swap things around and, you know, that data mining was out of date and they've changed their minds since then, and, you know, they've changed their mind and they're going to do Freeman now, they've swapped him for someone else, or they're going to, you know, they took out a guest slot and gave it to Freeman or something like that. But Grant I'm not too bothered about because, you know, we've got Vox, so like at least that fighting style or that character is kind of somewhat still there in the game. I don't know how I feel about Vox. I know it's been long enough where I should have feelings on Vox. Hang on. Sorry, just taking a drink. I should have feelings on Vox at this point, but I don't know because I'm very mixed on Vox. I don't hate him, but I don't like him either. He's a weird character. What I didn't like about Vox was I didn't like that they kind of just made like a couple of the kind of like not cliffhangers, but a couple of the loose ends from Mark of the Wolves. They just kind of like in this game they just went, oh yeah, that was Vox. You know, I think it was the person who beat the person who beat T-Zoc before Mark of the Wolves that made him like quit wrestling for a bit. That was Vox, and then the dojo destroyer guy, I can't remember the name. They gave him a nickname, but the guy who destroys the dojo, who you know, beats up all the people in the dojos and steals the dojo sign, the one that steals Marco's sign, like that was Vox as well. And it's like one of them, okay, fair enough, but like for him to be both, like that's just a bit too much. It's kind of like it's weird because I remember like back in the day, like prior to City of the Wolves, I always heard that it was supposed to be Yamazaki that was the one that stole Marco's dojo sign. Like I guess that must have just been a rumor or a part of an old plot line that SNK mentioned that they retconned, but I swear it used to be Yamazaki. Like that was what I remember hearing back in the day, that it was meant to be Yamazaki was the one that was supposed to have stolen the sign. You know, I think that would have been, I mean, I suppose it's a bit weird for Yamazaki to do considering what he does in Fatal Fury 3 and Real Bout, but to go from that to then, you know, to go from that to then stealing dojo signs, it's a bit weird, but I don't know, it's weird. So yeah, like ultimately I'm not too upset about Grant not being in the game, because we do have at least have Vox, whereas you know, Freeman, you know, has nothing. He's that entire playstyle is just not in the game at all. It's one of those things where it's like, I feel like it'd be fine if this wasn't probably the last Fatal Fury game we'll ever get, because I very much doubt we're going to get a follow-up to this game. Like if this game was guaranteed a sequel at some point, then I think it's not too bad. But like considering this is probably the last time we're really going to see, you know, this kind of these characters in this timeline, it is a shame that he missed out on that. But I think if they put him in KOF or something, because I think you could do like a freak team or like a weird criminal team where you can put him with like Gato. Like you do like Freeman, Gato, and have like Yamazaki or something, or like a serial killer. I mean, you could put him with Gang Il as a sort of as a new type of criminal team. I think that could be cool. Not Gang Il, Xanadu from 14. I think Vox should have more interest in Kane than he does. So business yeah, Vox is just kind of like he's just there. Like he's just there in Kane's organization. He just doesn't. He's just kind of like, obviously he has a lot of like reverence for Grant, and I can't remember for sure. I'm pretty sure there's a bit where it's like Kane doesn't really fully trust him or something because it's just Grant's word, but ultimately, you know, he trusts Grant's word about, you know, this kid is worth it. But yeah, there's definitely like, I definitely feel like the stuff with Kine could have been done a lot better in this game. It does feel like they kind of like threw a lot of the kind of antagonistic side of Kine and all that stuff away because, you know, Rock was now on his side, and I don't think they wanted Rock to be so much a bad guy. Like they didn't want it to be like, okay, Rock is now working for the bad guys, which he is. Like he is, like, undeniably he is working for the bad guys because Grant and Kine were the bad guys of Mark of the Wolves, and, you know, Rock sided with them at the end. But it's like, it's just, I don't know, it just feels so neutered. I feel like it's kind of like, because they knew that they were going to change it so that Rock's mother wasn't dead and she was alive, and whatever was going on with her happened with her. So I think they must have wanted it where it's like they didn't want Kine to be too evil because they had that relationship of, like, you know, the family drama dynamic. I don't know, it's weird. I definitely feel like they kind of got cold feet on Kine's whole kind of character arc from Mark of the Wolves, which is a shame because it was really interesting. I think he could have been a really interesting character, but it's just I don't know. It's weird because it's hard to fully gauge, to be honest, because the story is so fragmented and split off, and there's just large parts of it that just aren't in the game because the characters that are relevant aren't in the game yet. Like there's the whole thing with the Stroheim and this rival called Franz of Kine's, like Kine's rival Franz, and Stroheim and the host of the tournament being a Stroheim. Like none of that shit is explained, like, at all. And it probably won't be until the character Franz Stroheim, if that is a character that people have assumed is, you know, based on data mining. If that is a character, then it's like we're probably not going to know anything about the Stroheim's involvement in the tournament until he gets added in, like, season 3. So it's just weird. Yeah, I think it just boils down to that. Like, I think they just didn't want him to be evil anymore because they knew. Because I think they just, I don't know. It's one of the downsides. I think I would love for them to have like I get why they didn't do it, and I know they never will do it, especially now because it's in the past now. But I really wish they kind of just, once they knew they weren't making Mark of the Wolves 2 based on that old concept. You know, the picture of all the sprites with, like, all the new characters. I think once they were like, yeah, we're definitely not doing anything with this, they should have gone out and said, like, look, you know, even if they later went and done this game and they knew, like, that's, you know, they could have taken bits. I think I do wish SNK had kind of come out and been like, you know what, this was the plot that we were going to do, so that at the very least, you know, if people don't like what happens in this game, you can go like, okay, I don't like that, but at least I have some idea of how it was supposed to go based on, you know, the original Mark of the Wolves 2 pitch. But unfortunately, there's just, yeah, it is what it is. It's a shame because I do really like the look of that one. In some ways, I kind of prefer it. You know, obviously I know we don't know for sure, but like a lot of the new characters in that one to me looked really interesting. And I'll say, Preacher's great. She is hands down the best new character in this game. I mean, not that it's a long list. But I really like Preacher a lot. She's a really cool character. Design-wise, I much prefer the one that they had, the Joe's Apprentice concept from Mark of the Wolves 2. I think her name was like Contour or something. I can't remember her name. I like that design more. I really like the design of the black guy and his wife, the guy with the yellow coat, and the woman in the green dress. They look like really cool characters. There's a couple of other characters I'm like, the guys in the suits I wasn't as impressed with, but there are a lot of really cool characters in that one that I think that I kind of like the look of more than compared to what we've got. Plus, as well, you got the added bonus that everybody from Mark of the Wolves was going to be back. You know, there was going to be no missing characters. Like everybody was coming back, like Grant, Kine, Jaehoon, Freeman. You know, they were all going to be there from the start, which obviously it's just a shame, to be honest, with the way DLC and all that works, and you know, video game development. There's just no way we'll ever get. There'll be no. You'll never get a fighting game again where everybody from the previous game is just there from the start. Like that's just not going to happen again, unfortunately. Unless people start using, like, just reusing assets like mad. Because that was the only way we were going to get it. I still wish, to honestly, reused more assets from KOF 14. Because there's a ton of characters in KOF 15. Sorry, there's a ton of characters from KOF 14 that I'm sad never made it to KOF 15. Like the Team South America, Mian, you know, Kensu, stuff like that. There's a lot of characters from that game that just didn't come back. That I think is such a shame. Like, I really miss like Nelson and Zarina and all those types of characters. To be honest, I disagree about it feeling like it feels like it's like that. It acts like it's guaranteed a sequel. I think, to be honest, this game, the way it was written, I think they did it in a way where they did it where they could do a sequel, but I think they've also done it in a way where it's like, I think they purposely went in with the intent of tying up every possible loose end in the off chance that there wasn't a sequel. I think deep down SNK knew that there was a chance that, you know, they were never going to do another sequel. Like that they're not going to get a chance to do a sequel for this game. I mean, which they more than likely aren't, and I think they knew that, because like stuff like, you know, stuff like the dojo stuff and the guy who beat T-Sock, like those kind of like loose ends, like they all get wrapped up when there wasn't really a need to. Like, we didn't need to know who beat T-Sock. It could have just been a guy, you know, or it could have been a character that they could have introduced as DLC, or it could have been, you know, a past existing character. It could have been Franco Bash. It could have been somebody else. But they were just like, oh yeah, it's Vox. There you go, it's done. Like, move on. That storyline's done with now. And I'm like, you didn't need to wrap that up. Like, we could have just left that a bit open. But it's like, no, the feeling I get is like they wrapped that storyline up because they were like, when are we going to get the chance to answer this question again? So just fuck it, just answer it any way we can. Which was just Vox did it. You know, which is a shame, because if they took the time, I think that's kind of the mentality with Kine as well, of, you know, kind of like, we're probably not gonna get the chance to like do this storyline properly, so just screw it, like we'll just make Kane more of a good guy, because everybody's really chilled with Kine, especially when Kine's original plan in Mark of the Wolves was that he was going to secede Second Southtown from the USA. Like, good guys don't do that, you know? But nobody really seems to care in this game that was Kine's plan. I don't think... Does he even mention it? I can't remember if he even mentions that he still wants to do that or not. I mean, overall, I'm happy with the game. Like, it's satisfying in the sense of, like... Yeah, like, it wraps stuff up. Everybody pretty much got a good ending, or thereabouts, or as close to it as possible. So it's like, yeah, they could have done a lot more with it. I think that's the only kind of feeling I get with it, where it's like they definitely could have done a lot more. But at the same time, it's like, I think just doing a game after, like, just doing a follow-up to Mark of the Wolves, I think was more important than anything to them. So, you know, I get it, but it's a shame. But I think at the end of the day, I just think it could have been worse. Like, they could have, I mean, we could have been in a state where because they could have absolutely gone the Street Fighter 6 route, and you could have had like the Fatal Fury 2 roster would have been the roster day one. You know, you would have had like Geese would have been brought back to life. You would have had sorry, not Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury 2 Special or Fatal Fury Special, whichever the one that is that has like Krauser and Geese and all them as boss characters. Like basically the dream match, the first dream match Fatal Fury game. You would have just had that roster. Like they would have brought back Krauser, they would have brought back Geese. Geese would have been alive. Both of them would have been alive. You would have had Billy. I know you've got Billy in this game, but like you would have had Kim Kap-Wan. You wouldn't have his sons. Maybe you would have got Dong Hwan as DLC like down the line. That to me would have been the worst case scenario. Like Kain wouldn't have been in this game. You know, you would have. There's definitely. I see the way. I mean, I don't think it would have ever been like that because SNK aren't like that. That's how Capcom do things, and obviously SNK don't do that. They've always been extremely accepting of, you know, the things that they've done that kind of like move things onwards, even if those things don't work well. Like Capcom would have bloody buried K-Dash, and they would have buried him 6 feet deep, and you never would have seen K-Dash again if it was Capcom. Like if what happened with SNK and the Nest saga happened with Street Fighter, you never would have seen K-Dash again. You know, so it's like, you know, I do praise SNK quite a lot for that, but yeah, I don't know. I'm satisfied. I have other issues with this game that bother me more. I've talked about them to death. I thought I spent ages talking about it in the review video. Like the guests are way more of an issue to me than, you know, some of the story stuff. Not to diminish the story issues, because they are like serious issues, and I do agree with pretty much all of them. But it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. It's weird. You know, this game's nearly a year old. Well, I say nearly, it's still a couple of months yet, but like it's you know, we're a few months away from this game being one, and like I still feel like I can't even fully judge the story because I feel like I haven't fully experienced the story yet, because the characters involved just aren't in the game yet. So it's like, you know, it's weird. It's definitely mixed feelings. Like I like this game a lot. I really do. I think it's such a shame what happened to it. I mean, I think it's doing okay, all things considered. But you know, it definitely has its issues. It definitely has its things that hold it back, and I don't blame people for not, you know. I think it's understandable why the game. I think it's understandable why the game kind of ended up getting the reception it did. I think the game was doing well until they revealed fucking Ronaldo, and then after that it was like they just drove the game off a cliff, and it's just never recovered, and it never will recover. You know. Oh god, can I get a hit in? No, just gonna counter everything. Ugh. Not even streaming for an hour.
Get ready. Fight.
Not over yet.
Oh, you kidding me? Oh god. I'll be honest, I think I'm actually going to head off because I'm not feeling that well. I've had the flu for the last week and I feel better now, but I still feel a bit rough. And I mainly just wanted to do the Chun's arcade stuff because that's obviously the main story stuff. And also in general, I just think episodes of South Town's just so boring to watch. I think it's boring to play as well. I mean, I didn't mind it at the start, but like, I don't know, I feel like it's such a slog to get through sometimes. So, unfortunately, I'm going to end it here. I know this was a very weird slapdash stream, but hopefully by Mr. Big, I'll feel better, and I'll see how I feel when Mr. Big comes out. But I'm just not feeling up to pushing myself through episodes of South. I've not been paying attention to literally any of it. You know, so instead of just kind of half-arsing it, I'm just going to leave things here. Sorry for the abruptness, but yeah, just not feeling well, just not feeling up to it. But thanks for checking out the stream. If you did, appreciate it. Like I said, hopefully on the next one I'll feel better. The next stream will probably end up being Mr. Big. I think he'll probably come out probably January, maybe just like very late December at the earliest, but probably January. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But until then,